Hi, we are UMP student team tasked with enhancing the performance and reducing the emissions of a standard internal combustion engine car as known as ICE car for a project. The ICE car is Toyota Corolla E100. Before jumping into strategies, we have to ask ourselves a few questions. What does it mean by enhancing the performance of an engine? Horsepower is one of the terms used to evaluate the performance of an engine. Horsepower is defined as the power needed to move 550 pounds 1 foot in 1 second, which means it is a measure of the engine's power output. It indicates how much work an engine can perform over a given time period. Enhancing the performance of an engine can also mean increasing horsepower. So, how are we going to increase horsepower? We need to increase torque so that we can increase the horsepower. The strategy we propose to increase the torque is add supercharger to the engine. The supercharger comes along with a kit that's specifically designed for Toyota Corolla E100's engine. How a supercharger works? A supercharger compresses large volume of air into combustion chamber every intake stroke. With more air available, the engine can inject more fuel to achieve a more potent air-fuel mixture. The higher pressure and denser air-fuel mixture combusts more efficiently and forcefully during the power stroke of the engine, resulting in increased torque. Moving on, enhance the performance of the engine can also mean increasing RPM range. Increasing RPM range is important for an engine that is going to be supercharged because not doing it results in inefficient power delivery. Worst case scenario, overheat or knocking could happen. So how are we going to increase the RPM range? The strategy is tune the engine. The engine control unit, as known as ECU, need to be adjusted to optimize fuel delivery, ignition timing, and supercharger boost control across the RPM range. The ECU controls the amount of fuel injected into the engine. By optimizing the air-fuel ratio for each RPM point, the engine can achieve more efficient combustion. Advancing or retarding the ignition timing based on RPM and load conditions can prevent knocking and ensure smooth, powerful combustion, allowing the engine to safely reach higher RPMs. The ECU controls the supercharger's boost pressure. By regulating the boost pressure across the RPM range, the ECU ensures that the engine receives the optimal amount of compressed air for each speed.
The next question we have to ask is, what does it mean to reduce the emission? Reduce emissions means having clean combustion by eliminating harmful emissions such as nitric oxides, hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, particulate matter, and carbon dioxide as much as possible. Since Toyota Corolla uses oxidation catalytic converter, we are proposing to replace it with three-way catalytic converter. Oxidation catalytic converter used in this car converts primarily target carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons. However, a three-way catalytic converter simultaneously reduces nitrogen oxides and carbon monoxides and hydrocarbons. This converter converts nitric oxide into nitrogen and water through reduction reactions using carbon monoxide and hydrocarbon as reducing agents. It also oxidizes carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons into carbon dioxide and water through oxidation reactions, similar to oxidation catalytic converter, which means both catalytic converter reduces hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide, but a three-way catalytic converter can additionally reduce nitric oxides.